these are the kind of things that it's really important to have your circle of people around you, not just your professional people, but other people too, because legislators do pay attention to written letters, and they do pay attention to phone calls, and to that time that, you know, the more people that you can get involved in the process, the better. So there's links on the website for everything that's up here, basically. How we've got a specific link that will take you to a web page where all you have to do is enter your zip code, and then it'll automatically tell you who your legislator is for that, you know, for your area that you live in, and give you their contact information, phone numbers, and mailing addresses, and everything like that. You also have the related links like the Department of Finance, obviously the Department of Social Services that are key, quality assurance, provider orientation, particularly with all of the changes that have occurred in the last year as a result of last year's budget changes, that it's important to take the time to go in there and be on top of all the legal changes and all the program changes that have occurred in the last 18 months or so. Okay, Jenny? That's back to organizations again. Yeah, I think that. Did you go backwards or? Okay, again, these are
all the links on John's website. If you go there, these are the links to the organization, so that you don't have to just go to his, and then it's easy to get to the others.
Yeah, we try to. As I said, I spend a lot of time basically making this thing very content intensive, so that anything that you guys need, you guys are going to be able to obtain on the website. And the other thing is that if there's a question, and if you can't find it on the website, which is hard to imagine, but if there is a question that you have that's not being answered as far as home care or IHSS specifically, there's a contact link where you can contact me directly as webmaster, and what you can't find out on your own, I'll certainly be able to, you know, get one of our partner organizations to find out for you. And the head of CAPA, I refer to her as the Encyclopedia Kiesler-Tanaka, because she knows everything and everybody, and she's, you know, the best resource there is. So my buddy Karen, you know, knows everything that I don't. So she's a great resource for all of us to have. And there's a lot of related things. As I said, I started off working in an independent living center, and because so many of us are people with disabilities of one type or another, my professional philosophy, even though I'm specifically a home care advocate, it's you know, interwoven completely with the entire independent living movement. So as resources go, I always try to stress that, you know, we all of you guys try to work as closely as you can with the independent living centers in your area, and we're going to be making a handout available to you guys that have the phone numbers and email addresses for the entire network of system change advocates for the state of California. This was a great concept that California Foundation of Independent Living Centers came up with a few years ago, where every independent living center basically has what they call a systems change advocate. They're overseen at the state level, and their job is basically to reach out and deal with specific needs in the community and act as liaisons. So that handout will probably be a very valuable resource for you to have as far as contacts.
Yeah, it's in their book
okay,
now.
Good deal. All right, and again, what I do as I go along in my daily, you know, perusal of you know, the web is that I started off with this section, which is just basically other good resources, and as I've seen things that are either specific to home care or valuable on a broader disability-related basis, I basically just add things that I think that will be valuable for people that are visiting the site views. And so some of the things that are up on the screen deal with like tenants together for, you know, housing advocacy, disability statistics, disability resource, the ADA page for Americans with Disabilities Act at the federal level for ADA issues, and then I just added the last two, which are dealing with assistive technology. So the last portion in our links is just kind of a potpourri, but I think it gives you guys a good cross section of resources to work with. So, and let me see. Yeah, and I spent the last 3 or 4 days. I had amassed for my own self a couple of really thorough resource lists for just disability-related issues, and so in preparation for the conference, I spent the better part of this week putting both of those lists together, taking in all the stuff that's outdated or dead links and everything, and I put together a really, I think a really comprehensive disability resource guide that also has a lot of stuff that's obviously relevant to home care, and this is about a 5-page document, and it's got literally something for everybody. So we are going to make that available. I'll have that available on the IHSS Coalition website, hoping to get that up by no later than the end of next week. I merely have to convert it to a PDF format where I can upload it and then you guys can download it, and it would be, I think, a really valuable resource for you guys to have and share with your peers and in the disability community and any of the people that you're working with in the advisory committees. So I think that's it. Is there any questions any of you guys have of me or just about the coalition or the website or anything in general?
I have a microphone here if anybody does have a question.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that I think that you would find if you go to the IHSS Coalition website, we could have given you a ton of other websites to go to, but I really think that if you just go to this one, that the links that are there will get you wherever you need to go. And I cannot stress that enough, that John has done such an incredible job with his website. I would like to say that I think the UDW website for me is really, really a good one too.
Right.
I've utilized that a lot.
Right. Our current chair of the IHSS Coalition, Christine Loomis, Christine and I kind of live in parallel universes, and she's pretty much in front of her computer all day running the UDW website like I am for the IHSS Coalition website, and they also, as Jane said, do have a really excellent and very content-intensive website. So yeah, I would absolutely agree that that's also another good one to have. There's a lot of personal stories and a lot of other things that we don't necessarily have on ours that augment ours as well. So. And
they also have, that one also has a really good discussion about IHSS history and
right.
on it, so that gives you a little bit of perspective in that arena too. CAPA also has a good website. They've just revamped theirs and are in the process of, and they cover, just like John does, the budget and the bills, the legislative bills that are coming up. So that's another, it's so nice to be able to go to one place and have everything right there where you don't have to fiddle-diddle around and search for stuff. You can spend hours and hours searching. If you don't have to search, you just save yourself so much time.
And I want to take this opportunity to, one of my friends in Fresno, who's been a friend for a long time, who's the chair of the advisory committee for Fresno County, is Gary Williams. And about a year ago, Gary on his own put together a website called California Advocates. And really, Gary did this really specifically for the advisory committee statewide. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I sent a mailer out on it when we first got it up last summer. We haven't really had as much participation as we'd like. And so in our links on the IHSS Coalition website, you'll see one that says California Advocates. The key aspect of that we really want to get up and running and really make it yours to use amongst yourself is the forum. Gary has a forum page on there, and I would really encourage all of you guys to go on there, sign up. Once you sign up, he'll send you an email letting you know that you've been accepted, and we really need some people to get on there and start utilizing that forum, particularly, as I said, since it was designed for advisory committee members. We want you guys to have that, to be able to talk amongst yourselves and encourage other consumers and other advocates to get involved and get in the dialogue and start discussions online and stuff like that. We also have one on the IHSS Coalition website that is severely underutilized. So I'm really hoping that after today that you guys will, you know, when you get a chance, go home and fiddle on your computers and start looking around and try to use that as a particular resource, you know, in and of it for yourselves. I want, you know, we both put those together for you guys to use, you know, specifically. So I'm encouraging you guys to do that for all of those as well. Okay.
Dormelisa had a question.
Hi, my name is Dormelisa Palmaglis Lord, me as deaf and disabled and on IHS Advisory Committee and UC Davis Committee. Now, when I go into a website to try to talk to Senator or Governor, it comes up with all kinds of different categories and never says anything about comments or where to go, so it's very confusing for me. And I'm trying to find out where I'm supposed to go and to learn to know how I'm going to talk to them. And then when I email and think it's the right one, they say, thank you for calling, and they don't get back with you.
Now, the nice thing about our, you know, our website, or, you know, my website, is the fact that at the bottom of the home page, we have a questions and comments square right at the very bottom of the home page. You click on that square and you have an email address. Actually, you have two of them. You have one for me and you have one for Karen, who's director of CAPA. And Karen and I can tell you that I never wait more than 24 hours to respond to any questions that I get on the website. So unlike a large, you know, entity like that's run by a company or an agency or an organization or something, at the end of the day, this website, even though it represents the efforts of 35 organizations, it's one person, me, that's running it. And so when you use that link and ask a question or make a comment, it goes directly into my inbox and I respond to you immediately. So you never have to worry about that when you're visiting our website.
Janet? Oh.
I wondered how many people here have been on the website. Okay, not very many. Let me tell you what I find really, really useful. When I go to my public authority meetings once a month, we have our meetings. I am oftentimes just stunned at how much information people need and don't have when I'm in those meetings. So this website is like if you're talking about the criminal background investigation stuff that's going on in the legislature, if you're getting complaints from consumers and providers and you're talking about that at your PA meetings, you can go on the website and access the all-county letters. You can access the letter that the coalition writes to the legislators, all the things that John was talking about. And those sources of information are incredibly valuable to other members of the board. Because actually the people in this room, you're here because you have a certain level of interest in this issue. And